Task number 3. Ladies and gents, sorry for my voice. I caught a cold. I don't know where. I just suspect that was the gym. But anyway, task number 3. Oh, people. This is accurate, right? I caught some stuff. SOC Fundamentals is the room from which task number 3 is part of. And SOC Fundamentals room is part of the Cybersecurity 101 learning path. Regardless of the evolution, basically, this room will tell us that in order to work on a SOC environment or on a SOC position, we will need people, or that the people are flawed and we just need people. Let's see. Regardless of the evolution of automating the majority of security tasks, the people in a SOC will always be important. So yes, we need people in a SOC environment. A security solution can generate numerous red flags in a SOC environment, which can cause huge noise. Imagine you are part of a fire brigade team and have centralized software where all the city's fire alarms are integrated. Suppose you get many fire notifications all at once in all the different places. When you get into those locations, your team finds out most of those were only triggered by excessive smoke from cooking. Eventually, all the efforts will be a waste of time and resources. In a SOC with security solutions in place, without human intervention, you'll end up focusing on more irrelevant issues. There are always the people who help the security solutions to identify truly harmful activities and enable a prompt response. And the people are known as the SOC team. I mean, yeah, on any kind of position, there is a person. So here we see different ranks within let's say a SOC firm. CISO, SOC manager, and under it we have SOC level 1, SOC level 2, SOC level 3, engineer, and detection engineer. And here it will cover just a bit more. SOC analyst level 1, which is basically the most junior position, performs basic alert triage to determine if a specific detection is harmful. They also report the detection through proper channels. Then the next level, level 2, does some detection, may require deeper investigations. Level 2 analysts help them dive deeper into the investigations and correlate the data from multiple data sources to perform a proper analysis. Level 3 analysts incidents are dealing with incidents that need detailed responses, including the containment, eradication, and recovery. This is where level 3 analyst experience comes in handy. The security engineer or analysis work on security solutions. Analysts work on security solutions. The solutions need deployment and configuration, right? The config person. Detection engineer. Security rules are the logic built behind security solutions to detect harmful activities. Level 2, level 3 analysts often create these rules, while the SOC team can sometimes also utilize the detection engineer role independently for this responsibility. And the manager basically has all the team, or maybe more teams. Manages the process of a SOC team, and provides support. The SOC manager also remains in contact with the organization CISO, which is the Chief Engineer Security Officer, to provide him with updates. Basically charts, that metrics and stuff like that, to see how we are doing as an organization. Note, the role in the SOC team can increase or decrease depending on the size and criticality of the organization. Answer the question below. Alert, triage, and reporting is the responsibility of SOC analyst level 1. Which role in the SOC team allows you to work dedicatedly on establishing rules for alerting security solutions? While the SOC team can sometimes also utilize the detection engineer role independently for this responsibility. A detection engineer